Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Fog, thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm in the book. It's all about meditation. It's all about getting control of this thing on your shoulders. Please understand that. So let's talk about it. Right isms, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? So let's get together and I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Trust me, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Yeah, that's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Add to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers, it's always about getting the therapeutic value of meditation, and that only gonna work if you put the time and the energy and the work in to make it happen for you, and it's very therapeutic. Watch this. Let me break it down for you. Right thinkers, let's talk about becoming God conscious with meditation and yoga philosophy. If practice, it works 100%. No failures. Let's go. Meditation and yoga philosophies are spiritual disciplines in which are directed toward increasing your awareness of yourself. Self-awareness or consciousness can only be increased when your mind is in a state of what? Agitation? No. Peace and harmony. An agitated mind can't function properly. Thus, the disciplines of meditation, which are part of the yoga, are the primary means of what? Learning how to control the mind and allow you, the individual, to mature psychologically along with spiritually and intellectually. You don't make people stupid. You give them information to make them better, to enlighten themselves, and using this thing on the shoulder, our mind in meditative state mode will help you be a better person to think, do, and be things that you personally choose for yourself to do. If not, you're under your ego system, personality, and you will pretty much do anything, what, for yourself? Self-serving. The ego serves itself. So, therefore, philosophically, again, this is a philosophy based on principles and laws that we lay out. The ordinary states of mind or consciousness which a human being experiences, understand this, anything in the physical world is limited and illusory. No, listen. The waking, which is right now, we're conscious state. The dream, which is the unconscious state. Then you got the deep sleep, dreamless state where you go to commune with your higher self. That's what I tell you. When you die, that's where you go. You're getting a glimpse of it right here now. They're showing you there's something else. How about that? So how you know whether we die? There's something else. Why? The mind can go forwards, backwards, and up, down, and around. It's not confined to time and space. That's why. If you use it, I can tell you, this thing here, bad mama jamma. Your job is to learn how to use it. My mission is to teach you how to do just that. How about that? So, your deep sleep state, these are what? Only transient, meaning it's passing, expressions of your deeper underlying true consciousness, which is God. God is the spirit in us and all consciousness in us. We get the life. We got to become conscious. That's why he gave us this thing on our shoulder to connect with him. Tell you that lesson. Didn't like that one either. But again, I realized my teachings ain't here. It's up here. So if you ain't up here, this don't work for you. And I'm not going down there to satisfy you. Moving on. I'm teaching. And they call this underlying consciousness, which witnesses, they call it the witness. Amun is the witness consciousness in our theology. I just gave you that lesson. He the one that you want to get to in the siren myth. Asar is where you want to get to. Same concept, same thing, but it's called the witness. And he's the witness of what? All three states of consciousness. Woke, unconscious, deep sleep. Or woke, subconscious, unconscious. Whatever you want to do. But it's 3 phases. But little do y'all know it's a 4th state of consciousness. And we called it God conscious, but it's spelled Conscience. That means the heart conscious, not the mind conscious. See, we had all that figured out. Watch this. They was teaching us how the brain operates. Calm down. But those 3 states of mind, but we know the 4th, and what Carl Jung, the Swedish psychologist, he referred to it as the collective consciousness, meaning the all 3. The Greeks called Hermes Trismegistus thrice great because he was comfortable in all 3 states of mind. We can be the same thing with a meditative mind. You become conscious and you are aware of the waking, the unconscious, and the deep sleep. You function in all 3 states. And when you get good and you master that, they got the 4th level in which they call Carl Jung, the collective consciousness. In Indian philosophy, the Vedas, this 4th state of consciousness, awareness, totally being mindful, they call it mindfulness, is known as Turiya, Turia. This is also referred to in Egypt as God consciousness, or we call it cosmic conscious. In Star Wars, they call it the Force. But the theory of meditation is that when your mind and your body, hence senses, are under control and transcended to a higher level, now the awareness of your transcendental state, you know God, your consciousness, becomes what? Evident. You know who you are. Now from here, consciousness and awareness starts to expand, allowing you, the meditator, to fully discover the latent, that means stuff that's already there, abilities of what? Your unconscious mind. You didn't know it was there. It's like cutting light on the room that you went in and never knew it was in there. All of a sudden, wow, yeah, this is me. This is all inside of you, okay, conceptually. And when this occurs, this causes the enlightenment, the anointment. You have what? You have an immense feeling of joy emerges from where? Within. I freaked out when I got enlightened. I freaked out. So I know now you not want to give people out there without giving them some heads up and warning why everybody can't handle it. But if you putting the work in, it's a lot easier. Why? Because you know this is the rewards of the work that you're putting in. So you ain't freaking out because just out of nowhere, bam! No, all of a sudden something changed. Okay, I heard a voice. And when your desires for happiness and fulfillment through external objects and situations will start to dwindle. Material things don't really mean much. Not no more. Just don't. You're not hell bent on it. Okay, we all like nice things. We all want, but some people, that's all they want. When it becomes, optional, you're getting better. And now you reach what they call a peaceful, transcendental state of mind. You aren't hell bent on material world. You're going more spiritual. You're going more mental. You're getting more enlightenment. Also, what happens? Your inner resources are discovered. What's inside you, God? Kingdom of heaven is within. You got to figure that out. We was teaching you how to do just that, which will what? Now allow you, the practitioner, right thinker, to what? Meet any challenges in life. I'm comfortable whatever situation I got to deal with, I'm comfortable with. I got confidence. I got knowledge of myself. So I know how to conduct and handle myself. Doing what? Any disappointments? I get a lot of them every day. Okay, trust me. If you're married, you got a bunch of that. Disease. Okay, health ain't had no problems. Death. Don't fear that. Why? It's going to happen to the physical body. But if I keep the body in shape, I'm going to fight off the disease and death as long as I can. It's inevitable, but I'm doing the best I can. Do it for me, etc. These are all the things that in life you need to be able to deal with. And watch this. While what? When doing this, the whole time you're going through, you are maintaining what they call your cool. No, a poised state of mind, an awakened state of mind. You know what's going on. You are aware of what's going on around you and what you need to be doing for you. When the heights meditative experience, enlightenment, when they are reached, there is a more continuous, what they call, form of awareness. You sharper, you're a little quicker than the average person. They wonder, how you know that? How you know that? How you know that? I'm thinking right, damn it. Which develops in every individual who practice this concept. It is not lost at what? The time of even falling asleep. I told you, I sleep right. I'm conscious when I'm asleep. At this stage in your life, there is a discovery, and I have made it, that just as the dream state is discovered to be what? Unreal when upon waking up. But when I'm in it, I know it's unreal. Why? I know I'm in it, and I know what's going on in the dream state. But upon waking up, in what? In the morning, the waking state is also discovered to be what? Kind of a dream. I tell you, the ancients and aborigines said your dream world is the real world. I tell you, when you go to sleep, you're practicing for death. So I get the concept. I do it different, but I start to make sense. It makes a lot of sense. 1/3 of our life we spend sleep in that state. Okay, mummified state, comatose state, dead state. Why? The body ain't even functioning. It's subconscious run the body organs to keep everything going. But when you sleep, you don't need the body. It's all up here. Get it? The mind, in which transcended at the time of what? When you fall asleep, you lose consciousness of the waking state, then you go into the sleep state. And you get a little deeper into that deep sleep state where you go to your maker in your own mind. You can go there anytime you want. You can astral project whenever you want if you have what? Control of your mind. A lot of people don't think they're supposed to control their mind. Who is? Oh, the ego. It will. If you allow the ego, it will run you. Sheesh. But this is a form of what we call continuous awareness or mindfulness, which develops in the mind, which spans what? All three states of consciousness. Hermes Trismegistus, the great thinker, thought, Tahuti, your mind, who you are. Watch this. In every state, the three states of consciousness, and he becomes what? A witness to what? To them instead of the subject bound by them. Meaning, when you woke, most people, they're comfortable when they woke. When they go to sleep, no control. Deep sleep, less control. But they wake up feeling so much better. And when you understand how the mind works, I tell you, I ain't just a thrice great. I'm quadruple great. I'm conscious of the fourth state also. I'm God conscious. Again, when you have self-mastery, knowledge of self, you become conscious of every little thing that you say and do. Furthermore, there is a personal discovery that there is a boundless source from which one has originated, God. When you get that concept, when you understand that, you become a different person. Hence, the caterpillar butterfly. You become a butterfly now, a beautiful, unique individual. We are spiritual beings having a human experience to become what? Knowledge of self, know who we are, to transform mentally and spiritually. Watch this. And which one is inexhaustively linked. You and God are, you can't get away from God until death of the physical body. What? God runs the spirit. That's where he lies. And when you have this discovery, my goal is to get you to have it. You can go to church, you can go to mosque, I don't give a damn, but get it for yourself because it's all mental. This personal discovery will bring an immense what? Peace and joy, wherein what? Your worldly desires will start to vanish in your mind, and there will be what? Absolute contentment where in the heart. When this is at peace, when this is happy, this is that also when they work together, that's a beautiful thing. That's what we try to get you to understand. Y'all call it the Eucharist, okay? The ecstasy, whatever you want to call it. But it's the mind, the body becoming one. Physical matter and spirit becomes one. Yin and the yang working in harmony. This is the goal for all right thinkers. This level we call nihas in Egyptian was experienced is what the Buddhists, watch this, in Egypt we call it nihas. The Buddhists, they call it mindfulness. Watch this. However, the history of what we call mindfulness, meditation, didn't start in India. Why? It goes back to the time of ancient Egypt. That's why. As we will see what in this following section, I'm going to break it down for you. In India, the higher levels of consciousness, wherein we call automatic consciousness, when you drift off and you let your mind go somewhere else, walking and chewing gum, so to speak, but the mind ain't functioning when the mind is doing what it automatically do. It's on autopilot. That's not a good thing. But when you have automatic consciousness is what? Eradicated. That's what I want you to get to understand. You don't want to drift while you're doing something more important, driving, and we all do it. Listen to music. Sometimes the music take you back to the memory or whatever, and all of a sudden you just driving. You ain't paying attention again, or walking, whatever it is. But it's walking and chewing gum, doing two things at once. The mind can function like that, but if you ain't equipped for that, that's not a good thing. And watch this. When you can stop those daydreaming moments, those moments when you're drifting off, and there now is what we call a continuous awareness. That's what mindfulness means. No lapses, no daydreamers, no, my bad. Okay, no brain freezes. And this awareness is called Sakshin Buddha. That means the highest level. We call it Nihas, they call it Sakshin. India, okay, from Vedanta and their yoga philosophy, the teachings of this same witnessing consciousness found even greater expressions and practice where in the Buddhist philosophy, the Buddhist meditation, Buddha, or the higher intellect, is the source of the word Buddha, meaning what? One who has attained wakefulness at the level of their highest intellect. If it was Egypt, we call it Nihas. If you're Christian, you call it Christhood, Christ consciousness. Again, everybody calls it something different, but it's the same thing. You becoming one with God. However you say it, whatever you put it to, it's all the same thing. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm about to take you to what I know to be, nope. I got time. The whole point with intellect, you only gonna know yourself through intellect, not in belief or lies. Truth is what sets you free. Now let me get you into this lesson. The therapeutic value of meditation. Let me tell you the value of it. I got a nice little page and a half. Good, I can get this in. Sorry about the much time, but this is a good lesson. I'm gonna give you 2 for 1 now. Let's go. The therapeutic value of meditation. The main source of our unhappiness, restlessness, and mind agitation in the human heart is due to what? Due to the fact that human existence is unfulfilling, first of all. No matter how much money one has, no matter how much power one obtains, no matter how many parties one attends or throws, no matter how many sensual pleasures, freak-offs that you attend, that you indulge, or how much fame you have, it is what? Never enough to allow one to feel what lasting contentment. All those things we do. And all those things we do because we think it's going to get us somewhere. What we need to do is what? Meditate and become conscious and learn. And this is because your innermost desires ain't about physical of the heart. The desires to experience what? The boundless bliss and peace of your higher self, not your lower self. Lower self want materialistic stuff. They want to have all that stuff. The higher self want more valuable, okay? This has been misunderstood. And the mind and the senses can never be quenched. I've been telling you that for the last few years in the physical world of ordinary human experiences. Why? Because in reality, you are just seeking the what? Inner peace and supreme love which transcends all human bounds and materialistic things, but due to your own ignorance, your ignorance of who you are, now you try to fulfill these needs by acquiring possessions, okay, having relationships with other human beings. In essence, you have forgotten what your true self. We come here memory white. We come here don't know. The idea is to know. Why? Study, practice, and learn for yourself. That's why. And none of us do everything but that. So we come recycling, reincarnation. Watch this. And you've forgotten your true self. You're God. And you have accepted this body and this ego personality that comes with it as your true essence. That's when you think it's just one life, one world, and this is all you can do. You get yours while you could because you don't get but one shot. Ignorance, okay? And a lot of us live in that state of mind and die the same state of mind. Why? The caterpillar never turned to a butterfly. Moving on. This predicament is what we call the source of all mental aberrations and illnesses and negative thoughts, which only leads to what? Negative feelings, such as, you ready? These are all the qualities of the ego self. Watch this. Anger, jealousy, vanity, envy, hatred, greed, conceit, covetousness, lust, selfishness, and I can go on, etc. But these are all qualities that you control, you manifest. Either you can have them or not have them. Your choice. A lot of us choose to. Why? They don't know nothing else. That's the ignorance of them. But since the true state of your soul is peace from God and contentment and bliss, only of the negative thoughts and feelings which are experienced in the human form are in reality just a separation from the truth. You live in a lie. Bottom line, if you don't have the truth, you live in a lie. And these negative thoughts will rob a human being, you, from your possibilities of becoming or discovering your true peace and reaching contentment in your lifetime. Why? They lead to experiences of degraded human existence, and they are the cause of what? The animosity, the violence, the vices, and the anguish in all human relations. We cause our own problem, aka fetters. In your intensified form, these negative thoughts and actions and feelings will cause mental illness, ding, 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 addictions, ding, 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 and various forms of what? Psychosis. And after death of the physical body leads your soul to what? Experience what they call hellish experiences while in the astral plane. Your mind is still messed up. The body is gone. Now the mind is just all messed up. Okay? Why? Mass confusion. No meditation, no knowledge of itself. Meditate. Oh, I love this segue. I'm wrapping it up now. Meditation allows you to be able to go beyond your ignorance of your ordinary human existence, me, I, self, ego, and to gain strength of what? Will. To practice righteous and virtuous living daily. That's right thinking philosophy. That's what I practice. That's what I teach. It calms what? Your mind. So that now you can reach the level of what we call intuition awareness. That's our set. Your internal understanding is already there. All you got to do is wake it up. Come wake up to it. Wherein now that's called your higher reality of existence. It is to be discovered by every individual for themselves. It's called a mystical experience. And if you do the right thing, you will have it for yourself. Meditation is like the churning process which cleanses what? Your mind, just as the washing machine cleanses clothes, has not experienced women that cleanses women. Just as the mind, just as the mind cleanses clothes. Therefore, daily meditation is the provenance of peace, contentment, goodwill, and love. You have to do these things in order for this to happen. It's a process. But if the mind has not experienced the true joy and through meditation experience, mystical experience for yourself, it has not truly experienced its higher existence. And therefore, no matter what religion you profess, whatever philosophy you follow, if that don't happen you will remain in what they call the degraded state of being, and you are still susceptible to what life's frailties and your weakness of human desires. You will fall victim to addictions, to bad things that I can't help it. I just can't. That's a weak-minded person. Your will has been shaken, and you are not strong enough to do the things that you need to do for yourself. You can't help a person like that. Why? They ain't trying to help themselves. If you're down and out, and you're trying to do better, I help you. If you're down and out, you're comfortable down and out, I'm near you where you are. Simple. Moving on. Not personal. If you don't want to do for you, God will leave you there. He ain't going to help you if you ain't doing nothing. So I ain't no different. This state of mind makes it possible to experience life's frustrations, constant sorrows, and daily disappointments for you in this human existence. Life ain't fun. And when you get like that, some people take their life. They don't see no way out. They don't see no better place. So they say, this is it. I'm out. Commit suicide. Okay, trapdoor. Okay, that never works well for them. But therefore, with a meditative process, it will alleviate all your human pains and suffering. How can it do that? By not putting yourself in the fettered situation to pay the consequences of bad actions. Live right. They just told you, virtuous and righteous living will avoid what? Suffering. Suffering by leading you, the practitioner, to what? To the true source of self-contentment and happiness within oneself by what? Virtuous and righteous living, offering up a selfless service, doing the things you need to do. And one who has experienced the truth, which is discovered within themselves through what? Daily meditation, will not be susceptible. Why? To what? Adversities of life. Rather, he or she will be in a better position to deal with any negative emotions and to be able to solve all life's problems, rationally, intellectually, without attachment or regret. They're not going to do something stupid. I'm going to deal with every situation the right way. How you do it, that's on you. But I'm going to, at the end, I'm going to stand on what I do, how I do it. The right thing, don't need nobody's excuse or approval. I do what's right. One who has reached this experience of the truth, which has been discovered through their meditation, will not have, ready for this, a coveted personality, because he or she has begun to discover their true source of what? True contentment where? In one's heart. That's the conscious. CONSCIENCE. We know now, or I know now, this heart is where to go. All right. So the meditation, the meditative experience, the mystical experience that we all have, which will allow you, the individual, for yourself to totally and fully discover your inner reaches of your own heart and the source of what we call sanity, not insanity, sanity, intellectual expansion of one's mind, compassion, empathy, goodwill, and making yourself one with the supreme peace and boundless what we call bliss or hotep or the supreme good. When you live, do, and be right, you will be rewarded with that feeling from within, not from without. Hope you got the message. Everything meditative is all what? In this thing right here. It's a bad mama jamma. Learn it, master it. Why? And have fun with it. To have something you don't know how to have a weapon and not know how to use it, it could hurt you. That's being ignorant of yourself. And that weapon you got is this thing here that you're not using to its capacity. So you suffer. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, right thing, because I got to go. In closing, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 minus a day. So I know my right thinkers were starting to understand the value and therapy behind meditation and passed away. I'll be right back.